Hey guys, okay, so I wanted to show you my foundation collection. First we're going to show you the powder foundations that I have. I only have 4, I don't really use them a lot. I prefer the liquid better, but if I'm having like any skin imperfections, then I'll prefer to use the powder ones. So first we have Kat Von D Deep 66. This one I use when I am a lighter shade, and then in the summer I'll go ahead and use a darker shade. It does come with a little sponge, mirror, and then of course the product. The next one, the one that I use when I get a deeper skin tone, most likely during the summer, is Deep 71. This one does give like a little hint of red, but I do get a little bit more red in the summertime or just whenever I turn dark. Now here they are side by side. You can't see much of a difference on camera, but I do promise you when you do apply it and it settles into your skin, there is a difference, trust me. Now we have Kiko Milano Red Velvet Loose 4. This one I do not use too often because it is very red to the point where so I am unable to use it. Yes, I personally do get red, but this particular product is a lot more red than how someone naturally would be. So I don't find myself using it that often. But at the same time, I couldn't get rid of it because I wanted to find a dupe that is less red pigmented in it. Now we have Cover FX Deep 6. This one I do not use that much because it picks up too much product on a brush even when you tap it out. Now we have Beauty Blender Bounce 4.30. This one I had to send back and repurchase like a bazillion times because it just was not the right shade. And to be honest with you, it's still not the right shade. I'm not going to even lie. Oh my god. So, yeah, that's my dog if you can hear him. He's playing with his toy. It does have a lock button on it, so that way the product doesn't get wasted. It does have a push down top, but while those features are nice, the shading is off, and I do mean off, okay? So when you first put on, oh yeah, it looks good, great. But then it oxidizes like a mother freaker, okay? And this, I'm going to go ahead and say it's almost as red as the powder, the Kiko Milano powder. It's ridiculous how much redness it shows. Now we have Huda Beauty Gingerbread. This one, let me see here. This one, it's okay. It does have a perfume, like everyone says it has a perfume scent, but it's not overwhelming to where so you just can't wear it. Or maybe you can't because there's too much perfume scent to it, and maybe you have asthma or something like that, or very high like allergies or something, I don't know. Okay, so now we have Yves Saint Laurent, or better known as YSL. I do have to use them together sometimes or separate, but we have B65 and BD65. BD65 I'll use when I'm a darker shade, and the other one, B65, I'll use when I'm lighter. And while these are a liquid, as you're working with the product, it does turn into a powder. So be aware of that if you do want to go ahead and get these. These are still available, but you do have to purchase them from ysl.com. Or excuse me, yslbeauty.com. But it's still available. It's not going to be available at Sephora like they were. So keep that in mind. So when you first open a product, it's just a spatula to apply it, or you could just pour it on your brush. You don't necessarily have to use the spatula. And the larger size is just the same thing, just a spatula. Now we have Tarte. This is a stick foundation in Deep Honey. And then we also have the Liquids foundation as well. The stick foundation is nice. I don't use it that often though because I don't really like this stick. It just, something about applying the stick directly to your face that I do not like. I'd rather apply it to a brush or something like that and then put the product on. But it is still good for like the summertime. Now we have Tarte Amazonian Clay Deep Sand. This one is a really good foundation. I find myself using it more in the summertime. And there's no oxidizing with this one, thank God. Oh my God. Actually, with any of the Tarte products, I don't find it to be oxidizing, which is really good because I'm tired of foundation doing that. Now we have Tarte Rainforest of the Sea and Deep Honey. This one, it's different. It's more dewy than what I will like, and I have combination skin, so sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. Normally what I would do in order to test it before I apply it to my face fully is I'll try a little spot. And another thing with this one is it's a dropper, which I'm okay with. I actually like that because then I could just suck it up into the dropper, drop it on my brush, and be done with it. So now we have Kat Von D. There's two shades, 66 and 71. Just as with the powder foundation, I do have to use two of them. The 66, just like with the powder, I use for when I am my natural skin tone, and the 71 is when I'll use it for when I'm much redder. I don't find myself having to mix the two, which is really good. It does not oxidize, and it is a lock-it foundation, literally. It stays on all day long wearing. Do I find it rubbing off at any point in time? Yeah, I do. Maybe perhaps at the much more end of the day. And now we have Dior Airbrush. This one I have not tried out yet, to be honest, and I'm actually scared to use it because I do know with most things that mist, it goes everywhere. I have tried hair products where you spray it in and it gets everywhere. It gets on your wall, it gets on your clothes, so I'm actually nervous to use this one. So maybe I'll do a review video on that for you guys. This is Hourglass Immaculate Foundation. This one I used to love, 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 love. This one is a bit old. I have not replaced it yet. They do still carry this foundation. It's just in a different bottle. If I remember correctly, it starts out liquid and then it turns into a powder, just like the YSL one, but it's still good. Now we have Urban Decay All Nighter. What is this? 9.75 foundation. Oh my god. This one oxidized like crazy, and I remember I had to go back and forth with it just to get the right shade. Now we have Wet n Wild foundation. This is the Photo Focus foundation in Cocoa. I like it so far. I haven't really got to try it out more, but so far it's good. Now we have Makeup Revolution in F13. Once again, this is a stick foundation, and with stick foundations, I have a little bit of OCD putting it directly onto my skin. So I haven't really used it, maybe about like once or twice, but so far I like it. But like I said, I just have like a little bit of OCD with putting it directly onto my skin. Now we have Makeup Revolution in Conceal and Define Foundation F12.5. This one does not oxidize, which is heavenly. I love that because I find it hard to find foundations that don't oxidize. Just a doe foot applicator, which I'm a little OCD about those too, to be honest. Only because the oils get stuck into the products and stuff like that, and germs, and it's just a mess. I don't know. Now we have the Marc Jacobs Shameless Deep Y500. This one is a trial size. It is not the full foundation. I am pondering if I want to purchase the actual size. It's good. It was dewy, but not too dewy. Good for a combination skin. I just can't bite the bullet to buy that full price. Ugh, I don't know. Okay, so right now my dog is humping. So sorry if you hear him in the back. Anyways, this is my Midnight HD Foundation palette. This is what I use on my clients. I do not use these on myself. As you can see, I dig into it with this spatula to get the product out to apply it to their skin. This is really good to use on camera. So I'll use these for like my, yeah, as you can hear my dog. Sorry. But yes, this is really good on camera. It doesn't melt under the lights or anything like that. Nor does it leave like a flashback or anything, and he is getting louder. Oh my god. Sorry guys. I wanted to include all of my setting sprays that I use, and yes, my dog is still humping, so sorry if you hear him. So here's all my setting sprays. I have it in order from the most that I use to the least that I use, just so you guys can know that as we're talking about this. And also, let's get started. So right now is the Glam Glow Setter. It does have a light scent to it, perfume scent, but it is not overwhelming. I love the mister on this, by the way. It is super nice. Next is Gerald Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray. I have it in grapefruit and coconut. The scents of these are immaculate. Now we have MAC Fix Plus. This one I don't honestly use as a setting spray because it's too dewy for my combination skin. So I mainly use it for like for eyeshadows and stuff like that on my brush to wet my brush so I can pick up product. I do love the fact that it has a unlock screw on top, I guess. That way you don't waste any products. But yes, I really do use it as a fixer instead of a setting spray. Okay, so now we have Morphe setting spray. My dog is still humping. Sorry guys, I know you can hear him. The mister on this one is so good. It's just like the Glam Glow one. But the reason why it's near the end is because it's still pretty full. I haven't really dappered with it yet. But so far, I like it. The times that I have used it, which is like 3 times. Okay, so next we have Makeup Revolution Purifying Priming Water with Cannabis Sativa. So this one I had purchased because my skin finds itself to be uncalming and unsettling at times. And it's actually pretty cool because science shows that cannabis actually calms the skin. So this is why I have purchased this. I only used it like once. I do remember the one time that I did use it, I did not like the spray very much because it was sporadic instead of a nice mister. And yes, that is still my dog. I am sorry. Now we have Tarte C 4-in-1 Setting Mist. This one I could not stand. It left my skin really dewy. I could not stand this spray. This spray is crappy. Do not buy it. They still make it, and do not buy it, please. You will find yourself having splotchy makeup because of it. I could not believe this thing. It was the worst thing I ever tried.